Hello, so it is 6:05. No, 7:05 now because it is, yeah, put two eyes over. Look at you. I did wear red, white, and blue. And so I'm gonna talk about Ross because Ross has a policy that sales associates, non-management cannot date management, period. They can't even be friends with them, but you can date your coworkers. You just can't date anybody that's above you until you get promoted. They had to tell me that. And like, my thing is, it's just a policy, which means even if, like, so let's just pretend that I am interested in somebody that's higher than me, and I decided to test out the policy. It does not mean that I will get fired. This does not even mean that I will get talking to. I might get a talking to, and I might have to sign a piece of paper, but does not mean I get terminated. I could sign that piece of paper. They're like, hey, this is a policy, this is a reminder. And they're like, okay, I understand that, I comprehend that. And then you just go back to work. Does not mean you get fired. And the thing is, once you get a talking to or a written notice, but you can get as many written notices, it does not mean that you're gonna get terminated, unless your company that you work for is you get 3 written notices, and then you get and then we will talk about something, a warning letter, and so the thing is, Ross never brought up about getting written up, even if you break policy. That's my concern is it's just a policy. It's not okay, if you keep on breaking it, this is what the consequences of this is. So my thing is, do you want it tested or do you not want to test it? I have no interest in anybody in Ross. No interest in anybody at Ross. That's my issue. So I'm going to hide behind the policy. I'm going to be like, hey, I can't date you because the policy says so. I'm sorry. Because that's what people do. And so my thing is, when it's not law, it's not like if you break the policy, that manager or the upper management has the right to punish you or abuse you, or even okay, so you're okay, this is the policy at my company, I comprehend it, well, I'm gonna break it now. They can terminate you, they can fire you for it, but they should not have the right to, and they have the right to blackmail you with the policy. They have the right to do that. If you decide to break the policy, they can blackmail you and be okay with it, but they can't punish you. They can't beat you up, they can't hurt you, they can't give you more medical bills, more doctor visits. And the thing is, talking on the telephone or doing Skype at home is different than actually going to the appointments. There's regulations and laws that companies have to follow. That's why I talked about prior about breaks. By law, you have to take breaks. If you want to, depending on the company, there's some companies out there that you can sign a waiver to take away your 15s. but you still have to take your lunch. Like there's things, but that's something, and only people who can do it is intelligent people who have got the skills in it. And that's my issue, is I'm way down here, but I know information that's up here, and so people think that I'm up here, and even though I'm really down here, you know. So that's like my issue, is like I might know the information, but I technically cannot speak about it because I'm not in that position. I don't have that title with that pay that goes with it. I'm down here, and typically I'm under the people who are asking questions to me. And I'm just like, you have to go and find the right individual to ask those questions. There's people who have knowledge, but it's like their input. It's not like you can't use it against them. But like the person in that, with that position and that title, you can use it against them, but you can't use it against like the other people. Like, and that's why like you can get upset that things don't go the way that you want things to go, because you're asking the wrong individual. You're asking for their opinion. If you want like facts, then go and find the right individual and ask them in their position with their title. What those people, they might know the right information, but it could be terribly wrong too. That's why I make YouTube videos, because I want to educate you guys on how dumb people can get. So, policies are just policies. Just saying. So, yeah.